Hello and welcome to our RPG Tycoon Alpha 8 preview. My name is Matt Gamble and I'm the developer of RPG Tycoon at Skatanic Studios. And basically I'm just going to show you some of the features that I've been working on for the past 3 or 4 weeks. There's lots of little things. It's nothing, well, there's one major thing. It's the dynamic quest system, which I'm going to show you towards the end of the video because I want to kind of lead into a few things. But I'm going to jump straight into a new game. Like I said, yeah, Scoliosis we'll come back to. Some cool features there though. So let's go with Previewville and start a new game. And straight away you can see one of the brand new features. I've actually introduced what I can guess call highlight text inside of prompts. I've kind of reworded a lot of the prompts to make them kind of make a bit more sense. I haven't necessarily dumbed them down a bit. They're still pretty kind of sarcastic because I'm quite sarcastic. And as much as I love all of you that have purchased this game, I you know, these sort of games do really well when they, you know, they kind of but they just don't take themselves too seriously. So, and I'm like that myself. So, yes. Anyway, stop talking nonsense, Matt. Small quarters build menu straight away. You can see exactly what you need to do. So, yeah, that's pretty much. There's a lot of those that pop up now, and you'll see as we go through this. I'm not going to read them all. You can read them if you want. Once you've read one of them, I guess I might have it. I need to put an option in to basically disable them so that they just don't pop up anymore. But right now, that's not a thing. They'll always pop up to help you out. So I just need like help prompts or something disabled as an option. That will be an option when the game ships, finally, whenever that will be. Right, let's jump straight in. Hire Teddy. Always got to go for Teddy because I love him. And hire. Whoops. No, that was right. Hire Philip as well. Oh, I haven't even mentioned one of the major things. Some new speed controls you can see. There's what I've basically done is moved what was the double speed to now what is super speed and put a kind of middle speed in between them in case you don't really want to go full speed all the time and you don't want to just go slow all the time. So a bit more player choice for that one. And yeah, they're all mapped to 1, 2 and 3 just like in The Sims or something similar. And you can pause and unpause now, and it actually shows you what speed you're at, which was one feature kind of requested by a lot of players. Right, let's go straight into this. We'll do a normal quest. I know you're not supposed to do one at a time, but I do want to show you something. You can see what epicness level you're at now. These all unlock at different epicness levels, and a lot of players don't know, I don't think, that you're actually going to get more from doing some of the more difficult quests, the focuses. So as soon as they unlock, you should kind of move over to them because you'll start to get more followers from them. You're kind of limited by the earlier ones. No, I didn't want to do that. That was a misclick. Right, yes, you, Mr. Philip, can go on a quick quest for me. Doesn't really matter where. I'm just kind of trying to show off things. So go on, just go and take those with you and do your thing. Yeah, so I've added in. I'm going to go more into detail in a bit, but I've added in a dynamic quest system. One of the next things I want to work on is these epic quest questions. I really want to have them have much more of an impact on the world and on your characters. Someone recently suggested that it's worth kind of naming characters with their kind of suffixes to be really basic, and then as they kind of level up, they upgrade. I do actually really like that idea, so that might be something I look to implement. At the minute, they're just pre-built names just because it's easiest. Even though there are randomly generated names in this, it was one of the things I did very first and I haven't changed it back yet. So we'll get to it eventually over the other 100 things that I want to get done first. Yeah, I've also rebalanced the game slightly. So certain areas, the later game got really hard and really difficult to kind of continue leveling up, and that was annoying me. So I wanted a kind of constant difficulty with a slight curve rather than a very jagged curve towards... it was really linear for a while. But once you get that high, it starts to kind of go up even higher, and it's just really frustrating because nothing else follows, so it got really difficult and all the numbers were being ridiculous. So I've kind of made it scale a bit better now, so it should be easier in certain areas than others and more difficult in other areas. So You'll notice it through longer play. I was just playing like 3 or 4 really long games and I was like, this is ridiculous, this is really driving me insane. So for those of you that have made it really far, that should please you. Let's keep going. We're really near level 2 now, aren't we? Cool. I mean, similarly, it makes the start of the game a bit slower. So here you've had to go on, 3 or 4 quests to actually unlock the next stage, and that's just a good way to ease people into the game, start leveling your heroes up before you bring in all of the other new features, which should be likable. Hopefully that's a good thing. Yeah, there's also key bindings as well, so if you want to open the hero menu, you can hit H now. You can hit I to open the inventory, for example. If you look in the options, go to controls, you can see all of them, and if you want to rebind them, you can do that. I wouldn't recommend it. They don't save either. I need to get them to save. Or I think they save to your specific save file. I can't quite remember. But yeah, they're a thing. They're there, and they're available if you want to. But you can also hit escape to get out of menus now as well. If there's a little cross in this corner, hit escape. That'll go away. Another thing, I remember seeing someone try and do it ages ago, and I was like, I need to get that in the game. And it's taken me, I think it was at Res, so it's been what, like 4 months for me to actually put that in. But it's there now, so have no fear. Right. Yes, I'm going to keep showing you these first. Let's have a look. Cool. Right, tame. Stores and services are now a thing that are available. Hooray! Let's do that. We need more money. Go get me more monies, peoples. Go train. Level 2. Right, also, the clinic is available from the get-go. People were also complaining that they were not leveling up fast enough to heal their heroes, or they, the money was... So, level 2, you now have a clinic, so you can focus and build that first. If you don't build that first, that is entirely your fault. I choose not to build it first because I have more faith in my heroes, but if people continue complaining... I'm not going to do anything about that. That is, that's part of the game, I guess. So if you lose, you messed up and you ruin your heroes, you're not a very good player at this game. Get better at this is the only other solution I can give. I'm such a terrible developer. Okay, other new thing. Let me just quickly add in decorations. I've rebalanced everything, like I said, but attractiveness will decay a lot slower now. It does still decay, and because I want players to have to build decorations. That's just a balance thing and a game mechanic that some people don't like, but I really like it because I think it forces you to think a bit more about what you're doing and where you're placing things. But it will decay a lot slower. So again, towards the later game, you have a bit more leeway with that. So there's some cool stuff in regards to stores now, where I don't know if you know this, but obviously they have maintenance, and actually as the store levels up, the maintenance increases, as does the amount that you earn from it, and also the amount that the quality of those services. But eventually it could level up a lot to a point where it's better than you can actually afford, so you can completely close the store to stop anyone visiting it and actually stop paying maintenance, and drive someone elsewhere. So super useful for that. Or alternatively, if you just don't want it to grow any further than it already is, you can just turn growth off. So you have a little bit more control over stores and what you want to do with them, and hopefully that's useful to some players that are really into the kind of management side of this. I think it's a cool feature. I'm not really sure, but you can also see your maintenance in the bottom left now as well. So hopefully that's a useful thing. And yes, you can see a couple of new adventurous sprites. Lots of little things here and there. I'm pretty sure that's the gist of the main bits that I want to show you. Let me just have a quick look. Check my notes here. Yeah, rebalance of new store options, store control. Yep. Oh yes, there is one thing actually. If you go into the heroes menu, you can now see a hero's stats, just in case you ever need them. You want to have a look at what they've got. Again, that will be important later. And lots of bug fixes. I've done a lot of bug fixes with this build. And there's a few new items here and there. I'm not going to continue playing this setup. I just want to show you a few things. I could have just loaded straight into a preloaded thing. Research scales now as well. So if I actually don't think I can build a research. I can't build a library till level 3. but you will essentially build a library, and you'll only have like 2 or 3 research options available to you, and then as you level up you'll get more and more, so that just kind of scales back what players can do and when they can do it. Again, adds a bit more control for me over to what players are doing in the game. Now, what else was there? There was a couple of, you can see there's other things. I'm going to come to these, just bear with me. Yes, there is a special building option. This is part of the dynamic quest system, which I'm going to get to. If I scroll down here, you can't really see it. There's a winery now as well. I can't remember if I mentioned that, but yeah, basically it's an alternative to the tavern a bit later on. You can see, where is it? There it is. It's a school. Once you get to level 6, you can place the school down and you can start training heroes. I'm going to try and hopefully show you that now. If I go to Scoliosis, I'm going to load that save. And I tried this earlier and played it, and this whole thing worked, which I'm really happy. But basically, once you get about halfway through, I mean, maybe I think it's a quarter through your quest line, you come across an item, which is a mystery book. This is the new dynamic quest system that I'm adding into the game. Basically, it takes things that you'll discover and do in the game, and it almost adds not a meta game to it, but it adds a series of triggers of events that you have to hit in order to be able to unlock certain things. So it adds a difference to each playthrough, that sometimes one playthrough you won't get it at all, and another playthrough you will, and you'll get benefits from doing that. So there will be ways that you can definitely guarantee doing things, and there'll be others that will be kind of more down to chance. And further on, what I was talking about redoing quests, I kind of want some of that to be hidden within the quest choices. And so let's say you've taken Philip the Brave with, you know, a level 10 sword or something, or he's now level 20, he's the highest level he can be, for instance. And there's a quest option that says, you know, you need a really awesome hero to be able to do this. You go, oh look, I've got Philip, and then that will unlock a specific thing. So this is kind of part way working into that. But basically, if I look at the mystery book, it says that it appears to be written in a language we do not yet understand. Perhaps there's a way we could learn it. Now, I am probably, spoiler ahead, I'm going to run through this whole quest, hopefully, or at least show a little bit of it off. I might not show the ending off. But if you go into the research, if you go into, the library, you can have a look here, and I've already started researching. You can understand a mysterious language, which is the arcane language. So I was in the middle of researching that, and hopefully in a few days we will research it. I'm actually going to place down, I'll place down a school. I'll put it down there. There we go. There, this. I like it. The school's really nice. It makes me happy. I think it looks really good. Yeah, so come on, research. Let's do it. There we go. Okay. So once you've done that, you can jump into here, click it, and eventually you start the dynamic quest. So we've finally been able to read the mysterious book, and it reveals the whereabouts of a dragon-like creature known as Theroth. Once considered a folktale, we now have proof that this legendary creature exists. The book reveals in precise detail the locations of its lair and the riches that are within. However, according to the scripture, in order to be worthy of opening the entrance to the cave, we must claim a sword of paradoxical power, which can only be uncovered from a world outside of our own, whatever that means. So what does that mean? I wonder. That's all you're left with, really. If I pop, I'll basically show you how to start this quest. I'm not going to show you how to finish it though, but there are some cool little things. So let me jump in. Oops, no, we'll send you both. Go on an epic quest, and I'll show you the school as well. That was kind of the major part of this update, was the school system, because people wanted to have their own heroes from the get-go. Let's place the winery down. Why not? Go have a winery. And we need a medium quarters. So the school is a really simple thing, actually. As soon as you place it down, adventurers will start to flock towards it, and once it hits capacity, they'll stop. And basically, they'll sit there and wait. I'm just going to hire a hero. We'll make him a teacher, so there we go. And if you go into your heroes menu, click on school, you'll go to the school menu. As you can see, students are filled up. You have to pay a tuition fee and hire. You can't start it yet in the schedule. You can't hire it until you've hired a hero. So he's the only hero available. Right, Carl. Carl's now going to go to the school. you have classes. These basically define the skill level and the type of skills that you're teaching your students. Now, you're not going to create, however many students have gone in here, you're not going to create, 20 or 30 heroes. You're only actually ever going to turn around 1 or 2. I think for the meantime, you only turn around 1. In the long term, I think you'll be able to turn 3 around out of 1 session a bit later down the line. I think that will be with the addition of more tutors. I think that will basically be the thing that defines it. But the lessons are the main thing. So you start class, you pay the fee, and it goes in session. And when that finishes, you'll see what happens. So it will also generate traits for those heroes, and I've added some extra traits into the game, partly due to the new quest line that's in place, or the new dynamic quest system. And we should see what I was talking about, some of the special build modes, shortly. Again, I'm not gonna spoil too much, because I do want you to be able to see a lot of this for yourself and play around with it yourself. But essentially, you'll start unlocking buildings that are only unlocked via quests. And by doing these dynamic quests, at the minute there's only one thing, and this is the only dynamic quest available to you, but there will be more than one. And I will actually have some kind of, maybe here, I'll have some kind of like dynamic quest tracker in place. You can see what you've started. I guess they're like side missions in the game. They're like side objectives or something. But here we go. News of your interesting discovery has made its way across the land. Upon returning from their last quest, your heroes inform you that they were approached by a woman claiming that she could help you out. She's an architect and has the ability to construct complex and magnificent structures that the average worker would consider unfathomable. She's willing to move into your kingdom and help you out so long as you give her somewhere appropriate to call her home. Conveniently, she also handed your heroes blueprints for an architect's house before walking away. You can now access special building options in the special tab of the building menu. So that's what the building special tab is. You will get specific things that you unlock in the middle of quests or through quests. Now if we place this down, away we go. There we go, let's place that down. We should start to see, there she is, Mrs. Architect, or Miss Architect even, Ms. There she goes, and she's going to go live there. There she is. Now Architect has moved into your kingdom, you can begin constructing more advanced buildings. She seems pretty stern in her ways though. As a creative, she can't work without a variety of different inspirations. In other words, you'll need to present items you find from epic quests in order to unlock more special buildings. So basically, by putting an architect in your kingdom, from this point forward with some of the stuff that I'll be working on, items will unlock new exclusive buildings. So it kind of gives you more of a reward for going on quests. I'll see if we can perhaps trigger one. I kind of want to, I'm not going to show you how to win, but I am going to show you, I'm going to get to a point where I can show you one of the cool things that I did. Because otherwise no one will find it, and I really want to show it off, and I shouldn't, because it should be one of the things that's a surprise. But I guess it'll be a surprise to anyone that doesn't watch this. So, I guess spoilers ahead. Maybe it won't be for a bit. But, yeah, I'm going to intentionally do something. But yeah, I don't know. I like the idea of that's where these sort of will come in as well. So you'll pick things, and then maybe you'll get an item which you can then give to the architect, which can then unlock specific kind of, I call them like trophies, and they're going to be buildings that, you know, because you've achieved certain scenarios or conditions, you'll then have unlocked. I like that. I think it's really cool. Oh yes, we've got other things. I can show you some while we wait for things. I have built a music store. It's another addition. I'm trying to aim to kind of add a new type of store in to each build. That's the music store. That's a new sandwich shop as well. There's a couple of new decorations here and there. Oh, we didn't get anything. Have we got a full inventory? No. Okay, this may not work then. Or we just didn't do well enough. I'll send them out again. We should have got an item. Although it is randomly generated, so when I'm testing it, I kind of turn off all the randomness factors so that I can definitely guarantee that they'll happen. But I've turned them back on again, obviously, and I got confused. So, oh dear. How are we doing? We're doing okay. Okay, cool. Give him a ride. So yes, you can see, obviously, music store is bringing in some money, good money. It's bringing in more money than it costs per month. So, but that's only at level 1. I don't know what else we've got. They all do really. I mean, the actual combined cost of everything is never going to really be more than you're earning. But if you start spending all your money, obviously you might get hit with a massive fine at the end of the month because you spent everything. So it kind of just encourages saving and real world life goals, I guess. It's, you know, games teach you things. Totally. By the way, I think I streamed the design of this, and I spent ages trying to decide if I wanted vines on the side of it and how to make it look like a little winery, but I'm kind of proud of it. I think it looks nice. So yeah, it's kind of the evolution of it, because the Tavern, fun fact, the Tavern was one of the first buildings that were ever in the game, and was my first attempt at doing isometric drawing. Now, you can see the kind of change in building design as we've progressed through these. I kind of like that about it. It's got an interesting aesthetic to the game. But did we finish it? No. Did we not get any? Huh. Okay. Sent them on quest again now. What happened now? Right, we sent them again. Anyway, yes, so Tavern, interesting aesthetics. This is kind of the evolution of what the Tavern is, because of the same buildings, as I would probably have designed it now, maybe, with a deck out the front. I don't know. I might redesign the Tavern, make it look like this a bit more. I do kind of really should go through and kind of design everything to make them look similar. I do like this style now. I'm kind of sticking to that with most of the things I'm building from here onwards. So, yeah, a little chimney here as well. It's all little details. Not bad. Not great, but not bad. I know it's not the best art in the world, but it'll do. And yeah, like I said, I want to get maybe, you know, 5 or 6 more different styles of adventurers in, just so, and obviously lots of different reskins of them. So it just keeps it more dynamic, because at the minute, you know, you get bored of seeing the same 4 or 5 all the time. Okay, here we go. Right, so I've turned this up so that this trait gets generated. But the fearless trait is actually one of the traits that's only, I think, at the moment going to be available to you if you're training a hero. And so it's a specific, it's actually specifically to do with this current quest. And I won't go into more detail than that, but it is going to be very important. And I'll show you why in a minute. Still not getting the thing that... This is concerning me. I'm actually not getting any items from these quests. I may have messed something up here. Let's try again. Let's just go on a patrol quest, see what happens. I'm just concerned. This worked when I tested it earlier. Obviously now, when I'm trying to show it off, it doesn't. But they're getting awesomes, so it should almost guarantee. I'll just double check, and I'll use an item up or something. Maybe sell something. Let's see. Let's check that it's not messing up. Amelia the Elegant. Oh, also, yeah, I kind of skimmed over it, but when you've trained a hero, you can then release them in, and they'll actually go back into the pile of heroes that you can hire. So even if you don't want to hire a specific, you don't have space to hire the hero there and then, they will actually go back into the pile of heroes for you to hire later, or for an opponent to hire. One of the AI could end up picking them up, so you got to kind of be careful about that. Come on, please work this time. No, still no items being generated. It's disconcerting. I don't know what's happened. Okay. Try one more time. That's what happens when you run a... I don't know why. There should be. They're doing well enough. They should definitely be getting items. Let's have a look. So yeah, I mean, I think we're getting close to a really nice point with this, where I can start really branching out and extending some of the stuff that's already in place. I really like that about this. Oh god, it's not going to do it, is it? Ah! Why are you not getting items? That's worrying. Ah, okay. New feature. While it's here. That's a shame. I was going to try and show you the other cool stuff, but never mind. Iris, the incredible demands a raise. So basically they get unhappy with the amount that they're being paid, and they'll request a raise. It's not much at the moment. I'm just trying it out. But over time, they'll get more and more annoyed because they level up and they get better and better. So you can actually pay them slightly more money and keep them happy, or sack them, or decline. And if you decline too much, they'll probably get annoyed and leave. So I'm going to give you more money though, Philip. And obviously, you know, their happiness has a lot of input on how well they do. So I'm gonna send Amelia on her own to see if we can trigger that. We'll try one more time. In the background now, actually, you can hear Chris's new track. I'll turn it up a bit. We're nearly close, actually. We're really close to getting. I think we're looking at about 3 or 4 more tracks on the soundtrack. And once the soundtrack is finished, we're going to be looking at kind of putting together a a release with soundtrack bundle, like a special edition kind of thing, so you can have access to the full soundtrack with all of the ID tags and stuff, so you can just pop it straight into iTunes or whatever you want. That, not quite sure yet if we're going to sell it separately to those that have purchased into early access. We probably won't release it until release. I think we're going to give everyone that's bought it, I think we need everyone that's got the game already access to the soundtrack straight away as a kind of thank you for helping us. And then we'll sell the soundtrack separately once we hit release. So there is that. But this is really nice. He's gone for a more kind of, I don't know, relaxed tone. Please get an item. Oh. Okay, something's happened with the... I'll have to look into this. That's annoying. Let's try and double inventory space and see what happens. Try quick quest. Maybe that'll work. Not sure what's going on there. Oh well, it'll always happen. There's always one thing that goes wrong in these videos. Always one. Problem is, like I said, it's all randomly generated, so I could just be getting lots of strokes of bad luck. But I also may have, you know, blocked myself out of actually earning anything. I'm not quite sure. Shouldn't be the case. But it could be true. Yeah, it is. Okay, there's something going on there. I'll look into it. But that's a shame. But anyway, the whole point was I was gonna show it off. You were gonna be able to see what happens with more special buildings. But basically, you keep going down that quest line, and you get new maybe that'll work now, actually. I really like this track. Yeah, there's still no items being generated. I've done something in the last bit of code that messed it up. I don't know what it is. I'm annoyed. Oh, that's just thrown me off completely now. Oh, there it is. Da, da, da. Lovely. Anyway, I think I'm going to leave it there. Yes. So some of the new features, obviously, the stuff that hasn't worked, I will get on and fix probably right now. But you'll be able to see some of the new stuff. Anyway, you get some items and you click on it and it'll go to the architect and you'll unlock some further stages of the quest. And it's all very conditional. And that fearless trait has something to do with it. So that's all I'm going to say, really. Really frustrating, actually. There's one last little thing that I want to show you, but never mind. Yes, lots of cool new things coming, and as always, I appreciate it. This is actually, weirdly, ironically, a more stable build now. There's a lot of bug fixes that I've done to this. There was some really awkward things with, like I said, closing and heroes disappearing, and actually trying to build buildings off set would cause some crashes and game crashing bugs and stuff. So yes, each iteration seems to improve upon the last, which is nice. That's always good to hear. And yeah, I can't wait to let you guys get your hands on it. So anyway, thank you very much for watching, and thank you as always for your support. Hopefully you'll enjoy this when this goes live next week, but until then, my name is Matt Gamble, and I will see you again very soon. Bye.